Yo, what's going on, Team Tweedie? I hope you're all super well. Welcome to episode 6 of Ask Tweedie. We have another guest with us today. We have Tay. I was going to say one, my goodness. Tay is the son of Sayonara, and you don't live with us?
No.
Why? What's going on?
Well,
tell us about yourself.
At the moment, I'm living in Ibiza, playing football in a team called Peña Deportiva, which is in first division for our age group. So
how old are you?
I'm 18.
18. So you play in, you said Juvenile A.
Juvenile A.
And so how does it go? It goes like...
There's 3 years of juvenile.
Yeah.
And so the first year of juvenile is when you're 16 years old.
Okay.
So it goes from 16, 17 to 18. And right now I'm third year juvenile, 18 years old in the first division.
And then after juvenile, where do you go from there?
After juvenile, you're looking at a pro contract.
Right, so men's football. Right, and first division, so is Ibiza part of Spain?
Yes.
Right, so they play...
It's an island off of Spain.
They play against Barcelona.
Yeah.
Who else?
In our group we have Barcelona, Espanyol, Cornellà, Dan, Girona.
Wow. So
very big clubs.
I have a couple of questions for you. I know you guys send in your questions, but I want to hear from you about your experience. So how does it feel playing... Have you played against Barcelona yet?
Yes, we have. They were our second game in the league.
How does that, how do you go into that game? What's your mentality? Just tell me about it. I'm intrigued.
Well, first of all, you feel very nervous.
Of course.
Like any other game, I guess. But yeah, you just got to kind of keep you cool and play to your game, play to your strengths.
Yeah. And did you find a massive difference between, say, the Barcelona players and, say, what's like a lower level team in that? Let's just say any lower level team in that group.
Yes, I reckon it's because those players are selected from all over Spain, all over the.
Oh right, not just the
Catalonia region. So they're selected from outside as well.
Yeah,
even from other countries, and so they're very technical players. And yeah.
So you're versing basically, in my opinion, basically the best under 19 players in the world.
Yeah.
It can't get much better than Barcelona. You know, you have your Manchester Cities and stuff like that, but in the way that Barcelona play, I think it's just unbeatable.
The Barcelona football.
Yeah. So I think that's all we really need to say about you. Do you want to add anything else?
No.
All right. So I've added a couple of questions in here as well, but they come from the questions you've asked, if that makes any sense. Hope it does. First question here, I'm going to start this one off with you. You left Australia, how old were you?
I was 14.
Okay, so you got a little bit of a taste of Australian football before you left. Yeah. What do you think the difference is between Australian football and Spanish football? If you could pinpoint, I don't know, a couple of things, what would you say they are?
I would say that the players are very technical, they're technically a lot better.
When you say technically, what do you mean? Do you mean ball skills?
Skills, touch, passing, game knowledge.
Okay.
Their game knowledge is way out of this world because here in Spain, the only sport they have is football. Like in Australia, we have rugby.
You play soccer in say summer or winter, and then in the other season you play cricket or whatever.
In Australia. But here it's just football. So
you think the biggest thing is just the technical ability of the players?
Yeah, and I reckon the game knowledge as well.
Yeah. See, my brief. So you've been here 5 years? So you can pinpoint it a lot more than me. The month that I've been here and seeing, because I'm training with an under 18s team. Like you say, the game knowledge is just crazy.
Yeah.
Even just in training, they know where the space is.
Yeah.
And then they'll pick it up in between, say, 3 players, do a technical ability to turn away from them, and then play it out.
And it's almost like they've got eyes in the back of their head. They know where every player is on the field, and even if someone's coming up behind them, they know where to turn to get away from it.
I noticed that in training. They receive, and they just know someone's there, and I'm like, did he check his shoulder? How did he know?
You think that they do, but if you watch,
I think some of them are cheating. They're cheating. All right, yeah. So that for you guys at home, if you're in Australia, we're just doing Australia because that's what we know. I think Australia lacks that aspect of the game knowledge. And what do you think that could come from? Maybe a lack of training? Because how often were you training in under 14s?
Under 14s, I was training. I don't think it's training. I think because in under 14s, I was still training 4 times a week.
Right.
Sure.
Okay.
And here I'm doing the same.
What do you think the difference is?
I would say the planning out of trainings.
Right.
What they do in trainings.
Yeah. Okay, so you think the coaching is more developed in?
So.
Okay.
Because if you look at my group, and because I'm in the Catalonia group.
Yep.
They base the football off the Barcelona way of playing.
Right.
In Australia, it's kind of...
we base it off Barcelona, and then we go 10 levels down.
Yeah.
So I like that
long balls and run.
Yeah. I like that we're trying, but we're not executing.
It's getting better, definitely. But
yeah. I'd say give it another 15 years, I reckon. Yeah. And then once those players start coming through that are slowly being taught, I think that's when it's going to get better. But for anywhere else in the world, like Tay said, it's that technical ability to pick up the ball, have eyes in the back of their head, and just understand the game.
It's experience.
Yeah, it's just a difference. It's the difference over here. So I hope we covered that question well. Second one. I like this one. I changed it to fit you and me because I had this same problem as well, and I know that tons of you guys will have this problem. How do you adjust to being put into a new position in a team when you would prefer to play somewhere else? So before we start this off, I want you to take us through your story of what's happened inside your team, because I know you're playing out of position, so take us through that.
So I am the type of player that plays in the midfield, attacking midfield. I'm more of an offensive player, and back in Australia I was actually having this problem. I was a midfielder, attacking midfielder, that was always being put on the right wing. Which of course at the start I never liked it, and from my experience I've learned that to get over it is to just do your best, play 100%, never sob about it, never talk back to the coach, never get down, never keep your head up and play as hard as you can and learn the position, because if you think about it, it's always good to have different positions to be able to play.
100%.
If you're able to play in 3 different positions, then you to the coach, you're
more valuable. You have 3 times more likely. You have 3 times more chance to get into that team.
Yeah. And if you can play in 3 different positions, then you most likely get more game time.
Yeah, that is true. So did you go through anything to change that mindset? Like, did you confront the coach and say, I don't like this, and then he pushed you away, or did you just kind of develop it yourself?
At the start I was going up to the coach and saying, I don't like this, I don't like what you're doing, but in the end of the day, it's the coach's decision. They're always going to do that. If that's what they think is going to help the team and that's what they think is going to win, well, you can't argue with it.
Yeah,
you just got to kind of put your head down, keep working.
That's it. Yeah,
play in that position.
See, for me, when I was, I had this exact same thing as Tay. When I forget what age group, I think it was under 18s, I was playing attacking midfielder. Yeah. I got put out on the wing. Yeah. I said, what? Why? I just want to play attacking midfielder. Yeah. And so, I had that problem, and I spoke with my mentor, and he discussed it with me, and I wrote 100 benefits of being able to play any position in the team. Yeah. And so from then I was like, wow, if I can play any position, I'm such a valuable player.
Yeah,
like,
of course.
It's amazing. So I think it's something where instead of looking at it as a negative in your football situation, try and see it as an opportunity to learn.
Positive.
Yeah, 100%.
Positive thoughts about it.
Yeah. So, like, but let's say, how can I say it? Let's say you're an attacking midfielder, right? Yeah. But you can't play wing. Do you have 2 options. You can say to the coach, look, I want to, you have 3. You can either just leave, go to another team, or you can say to the coach, look, I don't like it here. Maybe say, look, I think I might be more effective in the middle. Or do you go, okay, this is where he's put me. I'm going to analyse games in order to try and play this position better.
Yeah.
Which of those do you think would be best?
I reckon a bit of both.
Right,
At the start, because obviously you want to be playing your position that you're most comfortable with. And obviously if you're a midfielder, then you want to be playing midfield. But obviously if it just depends on the team that you have, because sometimes there are better players in the midfield
that's a good point.
That are better than you and that deserve to play in the midfield, and they've got other aspects that you don't have. And in the other, like, what you can do is train really hard, tell them that you're not too comfortable on the right wing, train as hard as you can to get better than those players, and obviously
maybe get an opportunity to play that and then just take it.
But if not, then you feel comfortable and you don't mind changing positions, then I wouldn't see it as a bad idea to start analysing other players. Other professional players, see how they play.
There's no harm in doing
what you can do.
What
and in the end of the day, it's a benefit for you.
Yeah.
To be able to play two positions.
I 100% agree with that. Brilliant answer. Last one. I'm not sure if you had... I can't think of it. You have to answer this. But I had this problem. So this guy said he was 15 years old and he's not sure whether he should play under 16s or whether he should try and play up an age group in the under 18s. So there's no under 17s in Australia. I don't know what it's like anyway. Oh, in Spain there's 17s, right?
Yeah.
Well, in Australia it goes under 16s and then into under 18s. So you're looking at either a 15-year-old either playing in the under 16s or playing in the under 18s.
Okay.
What would you do? And why? Or do you want me to start it off?
You start, because that's a hard question.
So for me, I had this exact same problem, except I was turning 18, so it was my last year of under 18s, and I wanted to play in the under 20s. And I said to my coach, I said, look, I really want to play under 20s, and he said, why? And I said, why not? I want to challenge myself. The scouts are going to be looking there. If they see players scoring goals, that's where they're going to be. And he said, but what if you don't get game time? I'm like, yeah, but like I can try. And he said, well, why don't you just play under 18s and just kill it? I was like, that's a good point. I'm going to be playing a lot of games. And sure enough, I killed that season, and I forget what round it was, maybe round 15. I played a match, and there happened to be a Western Sydney Wanderers scout. Played very well, scored a goal from outside the box, and I forget when I got the phone call. Maybe a couple of days later, I got a phone call from the Manly, far out, technical director, saying that the scout from Wanderers wants me to come in for a trial with the youth team. So my advice, in my opinion, I think just play your age group, regardless if you're 12, 13, 14, play your age group, and then maybe some weeks you just move up because they need a player. That always happens. If you're 12, you play your under 12s match, and then the under 13s need a winger, so you go up. So my advice is kill your age group, get scouted, have a good highlights video, have game time, get experience, learn the game, rather than not playing as much and challenging yourself.
Yeah, of course. Because in the end of the day, what you want is game time.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that's going to really improve you.
Above all.
Above everything. In trainings, okay, you can improve a lot, but it's never the same as playing a game.
Yeah. So, do you agree?
I agree.
Right, so we're on the same page, and I understand why so many people want to play up.
Because of course you want to challenge yourself.
Yep.
You never want to be playing in a team that's too easy. Of course you want to be playing against players. Me personally, I'm a player that needs to play against better players than me. For me to be able to improve, I need better players.
Why is that, do you think?
It's just something I have.
Right.
It just motivates me more.
Yep.
Improves me. And
fair enough.
Yeah, for me it's a way of getting better.
Yeah, it's always pushing yourself. And
pushing yourself to the limits.
That might not be pushing yourself to an older age group. It's finding the best division, and that's why you're in Spain.
Your age group.
That's why you're in Spain.
Best team of your age group.
Exactly. So
that's why I came here.
Yeah, and I think that's a fair point. So for any of you guys that I think trials are coming up soon, especially for Australia, I'm not sure about anywhere else, look to play your age group and just kill it. Get into the highest division that you can. have a good highlights video, and I think that's just the best advice.
That's actually a very good point. Making highlights videos of yourself, recording your games, watching yourself play.
Yeah, I'm hammering
That's
that.
Another way to improve.
I hammer that on everyone.
To analyze.
Match analysis is like so many people prioritize agility. And I look and I go, man, just do some game analysis. Like,
just watch yourself play.
Yeah.
See what you did wrong and try and work on improving that in the next week's game.
Yeah. I'm still trying to get that point across.
Very good point. But you should listen.
Yeah. Anyway, but I'm wearing this Barca shirt because who do you support?
Real Madrid.
So, look, around the lawn, around the lawn we're going to say, Hala Madrid, but around today we're going to be a Barca supporter. But anyway, that's going to conclude today's video. We have Tay here, he's going to be in a vlog. It might be like a day after this one is posted. You're only in Barcelona for what, like 2 days? Because you played?
Yes, I played
How'd
last night. We drew 2-2.
2-2. And what position did you play?
I played right back.
There you go. Attacking midfielder playing right back. So anyway, guys, that is going to conclude today's video. Team Tweedie, I'm signing out. Make sure you leave a like on this video. Subscribe if you're new around here. Join the journey. I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Bye.